What is going on, bottom line viewers? It's Mitch back here with Dylan for another free agency breakdown. We're here to talk about Trey Flowers, the biggest free agent on the defensive side of the football. Many would argue the best edge rusher on the market. Left, Trey Flowers signs with Mr. Matt Patricia, the beard, the pencil. He's going back into the classroom with the scientist, Matt Patricia, Trey Flowers, his old defensive coordinator. So the Lions are expected to sign. Of course, this isn't completely 100% official. Pass rusher Trey Flowers to a 5-year deal worth more than 16 or 17 million dollars. So the Lions paying Trey Flowers a lot of money, but we know Trey Flowers is a disruptive force. He's a defensive player that impacts the game in more ways than one, whether that's as a run defender, as a pass rusher, as an interior defensive player, or as a edge player. He can pretty much do it all. Last season, he had 7.5 sacks, 20 quarterback hits, won the Super Bowl with the Patriots, and caused 3 forced fumbles. Dilly Vanilli.
Yes, sir.
What did you think of this signing by the Detroit Lions? Do you think this is something that can turn the Lions defense around, or were you not a fan of it?
First off, I'm going to keep the pencil in the ear because this is Matt Patricia signing. He's all over getting Trey Flowers back to his squad. But second, I'm a big fan of this pick here. I'm a big fan of this signing, if you will. It is big money, but of course, these guys are going to ask for a lot of money when you're really, really good. And as you brought up, this is the best defensive player that we had going into free agency. I think he's number 2 on the entire market that was available behind Le'Veon Bell. So seeing that this was going to be a big free agent signing for whoever got him, I was very interested to see who was going to finally sign him and give him that big money. And the Lions decided to take the bait, and I like it. I mean, you got Snacks Harrison as well right there on that defensive line. That could cause a huge disruptive movement for the defense for the Lions. We goofed on them last year. You know, we made a whole bunch of things about what the Lions produced in 2018, but I feel as if they are really going to be a big part of free agency. They really want to make sure that everybody realizes that they're in the NFC North. It's a very competitive division, but they want to compete in it. They don't want to just lie down. So I give them credit. As much goofiness as I have given them for last year, they have decided they want to make an approach this year. Matt Patricia's done with a 6-10 season because, you know, he's been with the Patriots. He doesn't want to have that kind of season with them. And Trey Flowers himself, a big presence last year. You talked about the forced fumbles. You talked about all the tackles. He's a great guy against the rush. And overall, I'm just a big fan of the signing. There's a lot of things I can say, a lot of adjectives to describe it, but overall, one of the better signings I've seen so far, and he is worth the money. One of the few guys I'm going to be like, he's worth all of this money that's going to be given to him. And he's going to be in the prime of his career as well. So that's a good thing to see for Detroit fans going forward. So a big fan of this deal overall.
Yeah, so Trey Flowers is going to be 26 years old next season, playing for the Patriots, 23, 24, and 25 years old with the Patriots, winning 2 Super Bowls, being a key force on the defensive side of the ball, going to a Super Bowl every season he's played in the league. His first season, he was a rookie. He was injured, I believe, in rather the first game of the season or in preseason. I don't quite remember, but that was his rookie year. So he comes back from his rookie year, immediately is the best defensive lineman on the team with 7 sacks and a big contribution. 2017, 25 quarterback hits, 6.5 sacks. The thing is with Flowers, he doesn't get a lot of sacks. Like 7.5 was his career total. Maybe that will go up, but he's just a player, like Dylan said, he's just such a solid player. Like he is great against the run. I would say he's one of the better run defenders at his position, and he has such great versatility, which I think is key to Matt Patricia's defense. He's going to be an upgrade for them over a guy like Ansah, who they're going to let go in free agency, and he's going to slide into that spot, and he can play in the inside, he can play in the outside, and he's basically a guy that I think Patricia's going to line up against the best matchup that he has, and he's going to say, go to work, son. And I think Flowers is going to be a nice contribution for them, not only in terms of the player, but in terms of the personality. He's a very kind of quiet assassin is actually what his nickname was for the Patriots, because he doesn't say a lot, but he says it on the field. And I think he'll be able to bring that Patriots approach to the locker room of the Lions. And like you said, they have Snacks Harrison. This is going to be a very tough defensive front against the run with big Ashawn Robinson as well in there. Yep. I would say they probably need to add a pass rusher from the draft or something like that. But other than that, man, their defensive line is shaping up to be a pretty good one. And this defense in general, with a couple of other signings that they have made, I think is shaping up to be a lot better than last season. So we'll see what happens with the Lions. But Trey Flowers, we both love this signing. We knew the money was going to be pretty high. It's going to be amongst, one of the top guys in the league at this position. But we know that over the course of the next year or two, that money is going to look pretty good in terms of a signing for Trey Flowers, a player that's only 26 years old, a player that's going to lead on and off the field, and a player that is a perfect fit for this defensive system. Dylan, anything else to add to Trey Flowers?
No, just like you said, very good signing, very good for the Lions. They need to compete in this NFC North, and this is one way to get that approach done by saying we're not going to just let this go away. We're going to focus on beating the Vikings, the Packers, the Bears, of course, with their great defense. And I think Matt Patricia knew what he wanted. He was very hyped about getting Trey Flowers. So overall, one of the best free agent signings so far.
And finally, the Lions are making a splash. All right. Trey Flowers to the Lions. 5-year deal. Congratulations, Lions fans. Hopefully it works out for you in the long run. Peace out.